Miscellaneous minds, never explaining the minds. Devilish grin for my alias, aliens who respond. Peddling sin, thinking maybe when you get old you realize I'm not gonna fold or demise. I don't smoke crack, motherfucker, I sell it.
What is going on, everybody? This is the Miscellaneous Minds Podcast. I am your co-host, Boomer Gato, the cat that hands you your beef back. And to my left over here is the main man sitting there with the man that makes the fat stacks. Together we form the dynamic duo that won't die. Deadly ideas, brothers, and spicier content than your girls' only fans.
What is going on, everybody? Before we get into tonight's topic, please make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit. And with that, let's get right into it. Listen, revenge is a dish best served with a side of lemon pepper wings. Why the fuck is this man saying this stuff? Listen, I'll be honest with y'all. After hearing all the verses that are out there, after hearing everybody's version of it, hearing Kendrick's, hearing Drake, hearing Rick Ross, J. Cole's, even though he took it back, personally, myself, I feel Rick Ross is currently winning this feud. Why do I believe that? Listen, after listening to all the songs, after listening to everybody's version of Coming Back, I'll be honest with you, based on the lyrical content, based on the beat, based on what was said, based on what was provided at the end of the song, I think Champagne Moments was the best out of everything that's out there. If I'm being honest, listen, the man that initiated the whole beef between everybody, Kendrick Lamar, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't a big fan of like that. Don't get me wrong, I fuck with Kendrick. I think Kendrick's a phenomenal artist. I think that track was not it. Don't get me wrong, I know a lot of people, went out like, damn, this motherfucker came out and this and big, fuck the big three, it's big me. Cool. But the song itself, Then I listened to Drake's version, Drop and Give Me 50. I'll be honest with you, lyrics were better than like that. I think there was some content in there that kind of hit the mark when you're looking for a diss track. Hit the right points lyrically, good disses in there. Cool. But my man, Rick Ross, came with so many good lines in his. So many things that directly pushed at Drake. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this is the man that's currently taking this dub. I feel like this is the man that's currently really winning this. And I don't know if we want to call it a feud, if we want to call it a team up, whatever you want to call it, because everybody's saying it's everybody versus Drake, which does kind of look like that right now. But listen, I don't care who you say who. I think right now the one leading the pack is definitely Rick Ross. I think so many of the lyrics that he came out with in his song, the beat itself, which is a little bit of a throwback to the old school, of way of coming with lyrics. I think the way that this man kind of formulated, and at the end he kind of touched up with Drake's own words, saying Rick Ross is my favorite rapper, my favorite artist. I think that was it. I think this man is currently winning the feud. What do you think about that, my man?
Listen, man, there was a bunch of points in Drop and Give Me 50 where I thought it was odd because, okay, I thought the beef was just between Drake and Kendrick. But it turns out, yeah, Drake actually has it for a lot of people on that single thing just because Kendrick was on that beat with Future saying all that stuff. And look, it's not even just Kendrick and Future. He dropped J. Cole saying, okay, that beat wasn't really that great anyway. Fuck Kendrick, fuck Future, fuck Metro, and you know what? Fuck Weeknd. And Weeknd's probably sitting there like, hey yo, what did he say fuck me for? I'm not even a part about all this. But the fact is, Drake went out and dissed everybody, including Rick Ross himself. There was a couple points. I know you would ask me prior to us opening this, do I feel like Drake's content really had any venom to it? And for some, yes. For Kendrick and Future and Metro and all that, it does sound like that. Especially with Rick Ross. However, the content itself seems a little bit hypocritical because basically what Drake was saying in all that is that I had all the money and you guys were coming to me looking for collaborations. But my thing is, dog, weren't you with Lil Wayne from like 2010 to 2014? How can you say, these guys are dick riding me? I was like, dog, you've been with Young Money for how long, bro? And it took you how long to become an established talent? Now, look. There's more content about Drake where he was like, okay, they know me out in Japan. I was like, okay, but Kendrick has more Grammy nominations. Like your measure of success here is kind of like weird if you're gonna be about that. And let's be real, you came from money, dog. You came from money even before Young Money and all that. You were on Degrassi, bro. And even then, your father, you had like big musical connections. So for you to be saying all this, I'm like, okay, but you had money to start out with. And the fact is, you even had Rick Ross helping bankroll your career and helping you put it on the spot, on the stage. So at the end of the day, my man's like, you can be saying all this content, and yes, there is content and venom behind what Drake's saying, but at the end of the day, like, how much is that really true, and how much is it just you being petty?
Listen, man, I'll be honest with you. If you break down the lyrics of what each individual said, again, I personally feel like Drake did better lyrically in his song, but the beat was just god awful. I feel like Ross came with everything. He came with the right beat. He came with the right lyrics. He responded in the right way. I mean, I was actually taking a look at here some of the lyrics when he says stuff like, I told you, G's, stay scheming. I predicted my fate. Throw back to his song, Stay Scheming. Got more, predicted my fate, got more money than you. Fuck, you want me to save 50 mil for the crib where you want me to stay? Directly attacking some of the stuff that Drake has said about him not being rich, about him living in a content creator crib, all that type of stuff. I feel like a lot of the lyrics like that came so precise, so direct, so perfectly at the target, which in this case is obviously Drake, that I feel like, listen, man, this man came ready. This man came with fire. Again, you know, people, depending on who they preference, some people are going to prefer Kendrick, some people are going to prefer Cole, some people Drake. But listen, I'll be honest with you. I think out of all these that came, all these songs that came out from these different artists, I personally feel like at the top of the mark, definitely right now, is Rick Ross. Now, don't get me wrong, that could change. Someone else could come out with some more fire. But based on the beat, based on the lyrics, based on the delivery, based on what he said specifically, I personally think that Rick Ross definitely has this, and I'm not gonna lie, man, I fuck with it. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm actually gonna download the song, that way I could bump it in the ride. Can't really say that for Like That. Can't really say that for
First person shooter.
I mean, first person shooter was alright. Can't really say that for Drop and Give Me 50 though. Stuff like that. Like, I can't say that for those. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't, and I know like That's on the radio, but you know, it's kind of one of those songs that I feel like just got on there because it's being pushed by the industry. But listen, again, me personally, like I said, man, I feel like Rick Ross definitely taking this right now, but I'm interested to see who else is going to come out. Again, you know, when Drake dropped his, man, he came out and he dissed everybody. The Weeknd, John Morant, Kendrick. I mean, everybody. He dissed everybody. So it'll be interesting. And you know, the way that the lineups are setting up, man, where it's, you know, a lot of people have said this, where it's everybody versus Drake, is definitely interesting. You know, a while back, 50 did a song where he basically told Drake there's going to come a moment when they're all going to come at you. And then you'll see what I'm talking about. You'll see how it feels to be me type shit. And you know, Eminem was right. Here we are. Here we are at that point where everybody's coming at Drake. I'll be honest with you, if you know a lot of the background and a lot of the stuff that Drake does behind the scenes with the women chasing, with the way he messes with certain people's girls, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of at some point thought I was gonna pop off. At some point I thought I was gonna definitely come to a head where people were gonna be like, who's gonna be the first one to really come at this man? And listen, it kind of looked like it was Drake, not Drake, I'm sorry, Kendrick. But listen, man, I'm excited to see, you know, what else comes out. I'm definitely gonna keep a lookout to see, you know, the individuals that decide to make more songs. You know, it's definitely interesting. Whenever I listen to these songs, man, I personally like to listen to the lyrics and what they're actually saying to see who I'm gauging is. But apart from that, the beat, and I'm not gonna lie for you, just the overall, everything about Champagne Moments I fuck with personally. Anything else you want to add to that, my man?
Yeah, I definitely do agree with you. The fact that Rick Ross definitely has a lot more laser precision venom, especially with stuff that the stuff that I'll bring it to later. Because the fact that it's the tail of the song, I mean, I'm thinking, ooh, that's gotta hurt. But the fact that I think it was in the first around the first verse of the song, he mentioned something about why you drop in sneak this to say that shit directly to me. And if you look at Drake's history, he's had a history of releasing tracks centered around rap beef, but they weren't official releases. If you were reading this, you know it's too late, which was a diss against his rap label at the time, which was an unofficial release. The track that he had against Pusha T, again, unofficial release. The fact that he put out Drop and Give Me 50, unofficial release. They were all leaked by his own team. And my thing is, it seems like, Drake, you have a lot to say, but you don't really want to say it with your chest then, do you? How is it you're going to have all these words, but at the same time, you're going to have your team drop it like, hey, yo, do me a favor, release this track real quick. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Like, how are you going to have all this vitriol, all this venom, but you can't even say it directly, my man? How is it you're not the one actually saying it? Somebody's releasing it for you, dog. But Rick Ross is saying it directly to your face. Step up and say that to my face. And to be honest, from that moment on, I'm like, all right, Rick Ross has this.
Yeah, man. Specifically, G's leaking their records when we speaking directly. If we keeping the gangster, when you see me, you check me. Dog, tell me that shit didn't go hard. Listen, I'll be honest with you. Me personally, when the beat came on, automatically I was feeling the song. I'm like, okay, okay. And then again, the very first couple bars, my man, I feel like was really coming in that very Rick Ross style, very like smooth, very like what was it? Somebody that said when Rick Ross spits, I feel like I'm smoking a fat cigar, walking on marble floors. What she said, fish tanks and marble floors, living big and bad. G's laugh until I hit them with that official jab. Listen, that first line, I'm like, I let me pay attention. And from then on, man, I feel like the rest of the song was a banger.
Oh, he capped it off with the whole I know you ain't real like that. You had to change up and not have your father's nose like that. I'm like, yes, there was the line in Drop and Give Me 50 where he was like big stepping in size 7 shoes. But my man, you can make fun of Kendrick's height you want. He's still going to say 5'6". You change your nose up in like the mid 2000s. You can't really say nothing about another man's body when you changed up your own image, my man. Literally your own image.
Yeah, man, definitely. I'm not lie. I feel like Rick Ross definitely upped the ante on this. But look, it's whenever it comes out like this, you know it's gonna be a good summer. You know we're gonna have a lot of heaters coming. I'm fucking looking forward to it. I can't wait to hear more. And yeah, man, it's definitely gonna be exciting. Anything else you want to add to that?
No, that's it for me.
And with that, make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit, and
Until next time, get rest and stay blessed. We'll see you on the next one.